Boruto vs Kawaki with shocking results, Himawari's insane power-up, the return of Kurama, and more will be discussed in this insane chapter of Boruto. So make sure to stay tuned for that. I gotta say, Boruto Shippuden is getting very interesting right now. You don't want to miss it. If you do enjoy Boruto chapter reviews and want to keep them coming, let me know by smashing that like button. If you haven't, make this the video you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future Boruto reviews and updates. And now, without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. So the 10 Tails clones are here right off the bat, and even though they thought they were chasing Naruto, they were actually sensing what's inside of Himawari. We'll get back to that soon. Shikadai requests backup from the sensory unit, but it's not looking good given how strong these guys have been set up to be. Shikadai asks why they came to such a remote place. Jura, the seeming leader of these 10-tailed trees, reveals that he came following Naruto's trail, so he's surprised too. Inojin is about to say what happened to Naruto 3 years ago, but Shikadai stops him, saying there's no need for the intruders to know that. You're gonna see a bunch of times this chapter Shikadai dropping some true Nara wisdom. Then one of the big bombshells of the chapter is dropped pretty early on too. Jura says Naruto isn't in the village since the only 9-tail signature he senses is coming from this girl, referring to Naruto's own daughter Himawari. Jura doesn't know what's going on either, but says philosophically, truly this world keeps raising one question after another, and yet I like that, end quote. He goes to trap Himawari in one of their trees, which is how they've even consumed Sasuke, but fortunately Shikadai reacts in time with shadow paralysis jutsu. The shadows stop the tree from closing on Himawari, while Inojin uses cartoon beast mimicry to get her out of there. And I know some people from New Generation will just be getting into Boruto without even having watched Naruto or read it, but for us OGs, it's nice to see these familiar jutsus being passed down from the characters we grew up with to this new generation. I will never get tired of that, and hopefully every generation will improve on the jutsus too, which we have to look forward to. Chocho is the one who catches Himawari, so each one played their part. Jura is impressed by Team Inoshikacho as well, saying such incredible coordination without a single verbal exchange. He says that he respects their teamwork and offers a warning that they only want Himawari. He says, we bear no enmity or ill will against Team 10. This is another interesting aspect to these villains. As they mature as living things, we don't know how their motivations will change. But either way, it's interesting that there are moments like this where they straight up say they're not after some of the good guys and even respect them. Shikamaru finally gets word from his son Shikadai of the situation and the fact that Himawari is the target, and that it has to do with the 9-tails. Honestly, such a cool twist, but we'll get even more into that later. Cut to Boruto and Jiraiya clone Koji. I just realized there's a lot of clones in Boruto. Anyways, Koji lets Boruto know that they've made a move. Koji lets him know that they are in Konoha and to fly to the triangle. Hope we get to see big bro Boruto coming to the rescue soon. We jump back to Jura, and when questioned, he says that he was chasing the 9-tails and happened to sense his chakra signature in Uzumaki Himawari. Obviously, from his perspective, he thought he was going to Naruto. There's a lot of confusion as the characters are trying to make sense of this. After all, they thought that the 9-tails was gone, and they don't see what Himawari has to do with the tailed beast, aside from Naruto, the previous Jinchuriki, being her father. I'm personally excited by what this could mean for Himawari's character. Imagine Baryon mode Himawari at some point in the future. Either way, high possibilities ahead from a character that I didn't expect to do that much fighting when Boruto started. Jura needs to find out why this situation exists, and to do that he comes to the conclusion that he needs to devour Himawari. Since Himawari is pretty much the character that people would like to protect the most in all of Boruto, these are fighting words, and again, I really hope an angry badass Boruto is gonna be here soon. A Toad then lets Hokage Shikamaru know that Boruto has entered Konoha and to connect with Ino. Then we cut to Kawaki, as if enough stuff wasn't going on in this chapter. He's finally awake and senses another uninvited guest. I'm guessing you can guess who that is. Cut to Boruto and he sees Mokuton Jutsu, aka Wood Release, that was used to end some shinobi, and he immediately knows it's the Divine Trees. Once in touch using Ino's powers, Boruto is told by Shikamaru that they are after Himawari, so Boruto knows that he has to hurry. Shikamaru lets him know that 9-tails chakra is involved, but Boruto and Koji just seemed confused too. Kawaki then shows up to confront Boruto and ironically lets the sensory unit know that he's right here where the Jonin were killed. Kawaki asks if the Divine Tree monsters are friends of Boruto's. Meanwhile, Boruto rightfully asks why Kawaki is here and not protecting Konoha from the real enemy. Kawaki sees Boruto as the enemy of Konoha though. Boruto has no time to waste, as I pointed out. It is his sister that's in danger after all, so he says that dealing with them is the real priority and says Kawaki can come along if he wants. Kawaki is just like, bro, are you messing with me? Predictably, they begin to fight, and it's awesome seeing Boruto wreck Kawaki, like absolutely embarrass him, flex on him, however you want to say it. After effortlessly dodging some attacks, he hits Kawaki in the gut, and it looks awesome. Like there's no wasted movement or energy. Kawaki flies back, falls to the ground, and is clearly in pain. Boruto calls him pitiful and asks, haven't you been training at all? Meanwhile, Delta hypes up Boruto by asking him, more like, how much did you train? At first, most weren't fans of the spoiled kid Boruto, but now that he's gone through some real trauma at a young age, like most superheroes, think Batman, and reinvented himself, he's become a legitimately likable character, someone we can actually root for, and having the oh-so unlikable Kawaki as a character foil for him definitely helps too. Kawaki seems like he's about to go all out activating his karma patterns, however, the karmas Kawaki's and Boruto start resonating. Boruto is told via Toad that he needs to leave now, likely because he's losing control of himself. He's straight up told that he needs to put some distance between him and Kawaki ASAP or he's gonna lose it. He does manage to escape while Kawaki wonders about Boruto not being able to control his karma. Back to Team Tenon, I gotta say they're doing really well considering who they are and how strong their opponents are. As a drawing of a giant bird is lifting up Himawari and taking her to safety, Shikadai uses his shadow jutsu to trap Judah. Judah though can still prepare to launch an attack using his eye. Luckily, Chocho reacts in time and punches Judah. This changes the angle of the attack, and when the black ball explodes, it creates a giant explosion, insane atomic levels of power. Thankfully, the explosion creates dust clouds that should help Himawari and buy some time for the others to come. And we see that Sarada is one of the ones running there, which is hyped to see. Can't wait to see all these post-time skip characters being pushed to their limit. As the bird drops down to pick up Shikadai and Chocho too, Judah fails to stop them. The Sasuke clone remarks they're getting away, so props to them. They created distance and bought time for the others to intervene. I gotta say, I did not think they could pull it off alone, but it goes to show how important teamwork actually is. I gotta say, it also helps that Judah is so philosophical and patient. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have been able to get away so easily. Judah, for his part, wonders why they didn't hand over Himawari. He's trying to understand humans and why they'd resist at a bitter end like that at the risk of death. Sasuke clone Hidari calls them fools, thinking they aren't intelligent since the smart thing to do would have been to hand over Himawari and preserve their own lives. However, philosopher Judah says that's not true. Something is driving them past their own survival instincts. What that something is likely to be crucial information for us. I love how through this character, the manga is literally exploring what it means to be human. As Team 10 is now seemingly a safe distance away, they talk about how close that was and how Judah's attack would have left nothing of them if it hit. That's how powerful it was. However, now that Himawari is with them, Shikadai again shows off his Nara smarts by saying that they wouldn't unleash it again so that they don't risk losing Himawari and the Nine Tails. Himawari then says something brave but not so smart. She asks to be let down somewhere alone since she wants to escape on her own. They say no since she'll stand no chance on her own, but she says it's the same with them here. The enemy is too strong, and obviously, like a good shonen main character, she doesn't want her friends to die unnecessarily. And that's when she enters Kurama's world, so to speak. You know, that realm where we used to see Kurama talking to Naruto, and vice versa. It's cool how this moment is illustrated as well. This big reveal. We see Himawari with the Nine Tails behind her at first. And by the way, this could be seen as foreshadowing that Himawari will become the next Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Kurama, for his part, says, good grief, I can't believe that jerk Ten Tails would sniff me out. Himawari turns around and bam, there is a kind of kid version of Kurama, implying he's probably not at full power yet, but who cares, he's back, and I for one am very excited to have him back. Kurama says, little girl, do you know who I am? And she says, you're the Nine Tails, right? So now Kurama has gone from Naruto's mom to Naruto to Himawari. Looks like he's committed to working with this family in particular. Let me know your thoughts for the possible explanation for this, and if you think like I do that it means Himawari is about to get a huge power boost, finally making her a major player in this manga strength-wise. But that is the end of this insane chapter, and I gotta say, I'm liking Boruto a lot right now. Can't wait to see the next chapter. If you enjoyed this one, you won't want to miss my all-tailed beasts and their powers explained video, link on screen right now. In that video, I go over Kurama in detail as well as all the other tailed beasts. Like and subscribe for more Boruto, and I'll see you in the next one.